So today is part 2 in my series of what pet experts want you to know about animals. And today is the pet sitters video. So before we get started, I'm drinking a Bordeaux. Now, let's get into it. So the first person I spoke to is Doug. And here's what Doug wants you to know about dogs. Number one, dogs have their own distinct personalities and they should be celebrated and not smothered. And that's really important because dogs really are their own little souls, their own personalities. And when I show up to a client's home, I am not trying to make your dog a robot. I'm not trying to get your dog to do what I want it to do at any cost. I want to build your relationship with your dog through mutual respect and understanding. And I really want to celebrate who your dog is and make them their best selves. That is what we all should be doing with our dogs. The second thing Doug wants you to know is dogs they're in survival mode and it's up to us to teach them right and wrong. Let me give an example of what he means by this. If your dog has never been taught off, taking their paws off something, and you're baking a delicious pie and your dog smells it, survival mode, food, smelling, that's the first sense that they always use is their nose. And they go and get the pie off the counter and then we get upset with them. They were just doing something extremely instinctual. The dog was doing something, he's following his nose, following the wonderful smell, and he went and got the pie. However, if you were very good at teaching your dog off and your dog knew not to put their paws on the counter or certain surfaces, then that would have been a good bridge to prevent the other behavior that was instinctual. So it's up to us to teach them what they can and can't do so they can navigate our world better. The third thing that Doug wants you to know is energy management is essential. We have to exercise the mind and the body and promote calm to have good dogs. They have a certain amount of energy inside of them and we have to satiate that on different levels to help, again, set them up for success. Now, I also spoke to Courtney, and here's what Courtney wants you to know. Number one, understand dog body language and understand how animals are trying to communicate with us. So important. Dogs, they give off so many body language signals, and if we understood them better, we could really navigate the situation so much more easily. So understanding, and here's the thing too, they're doing their part. They're studying us all the time. They're learning our body language. It is really our responsibility to do the same and understand their body language so that we know when they're nervous. We know when they're getting too overly excited before the impulse control really leaves the building. You know, it's up to us to understand their body language. The second thing that Courtney wants you to know is how important it is that we learn how to interact with animals, how to approach them, how to socialize with them. And again, so important. It's not always up to the animal. Like, we really need to start doing our part to be better animal, lovers, animal advocates, animal savvy people in the world. So understanding how to interact with an animal. So here's an example. If you have a shy dog and you're speaking to the dog and sticking your hand out and try to befriend the dog, that's probably going to make the dog more nervous. However, if you stand still, look off to your side, don't make direct eye contact, give the dog a chance to come up and sniff you a few times, that's going to make the dog feel much more comfortable with you because you didn't come on too strong. So understanding how we can interact on literally just on our part is really important. The third thing Courtney wants you to know is the nutritional importance and dietary needs of dogs. Because if you're giving your dog poor quality food, if you're giving your dog poor quality treats, then you're not setting them up for success, especially in terms of hyperactivity. So be cognizant of what your dog really needs. Be cognizant of the nutritional value that you're giving them, because if you can help them from the inside out, that is going to really, again, help your dog manage their energy levels. Now, I also spoke to Deni, and here's what Deni wants you to know. Again, understand body language. I love that everybody's saying this because it is so crucial. And this is how pet sitters keep themselves safe. This is how pet sitters, get shy dogs to warm up to them, they're not coming on too strong. They're taking in the body language and they're adjusting appropriately. So important. But understanding dogs' body language, studying your dog, and watching what dogs do out in the world so that you're not sabotaging their confidence with you. Number 2, stop sticking your hand out for dogs to smell. Oh my God. Dogs have millions more receptors in their nose than we do. You do not have to stick your hand out for a dog to smell you. They can smell you just fine where you are. So that is important to know. We can stop doing that as a society. Number 3, animals have their own distinct personalities, just like what Doug said. So true, and I won't go over it again, but truly, can we just celebrate the souls in front of us? I mean, really, they are so unique and precious and interesting and ridiculous, and why would you want to take away who they are? Let's make them better. Let's set them up for success. Let's teach them right from wrong. Let's ensure they have good manners. Yes. Let's do all that for sure. But let's not squash their personalities, So I hope these tips help you. I deeply appreciate the pet sitters and what they've done for me in my life with my dogs. They're so wonderful, and what they've shared I think is just absolutely beautiful and important for us all to know and remember. So please like, subscribe, and share, because you're not going to want to miss my follow-up videos with other pet experts that's coming in the coming weeks. So happy training, happy drinking, and I will see you guys next time. Do you want to come in?